this is GrootsCom. Welcome back to another episode of Factorio with the BioIndustries mod. This is kind of a historic moment. Everything is set up and ready. All we need to do is connect some belts. Oh, I just realized we're out of copper here. But if we hook up all these belts, we are going to start producing yellow and purple signs. So I brought everything down, and now everything's just snaking its way in here. You can see these expensive components coming in. These are level 1 speed modules. They take a long time to make. So like I said, this ratio is set up perfectly by TheSAGuy to make about 2 science packs per second. And I've got all the materials flowing in now, except for copper, it looks like. And do we have this production pack going yet? Nope, because it's looking for copper, which we don't have on the line yet. Of course. So something's holding that up. It's probably just a series of belts not placed yet, and that's exactly what it was. Looks like we need a lot of stuff filled in here. Had to give the robots a break earlier. Let's just help them out too. Get in here, play some stuff. Man, that autosave frequency, it seems like it is so fast. Alright, that should help out a lot. Unfortunately, it's still fairly slow. Looks like the same thing with the green circuit belt. We haven't brought down any more of these belts in the middle. One of them is going to be, I think what I'm going to do is 2 belts for red circuits, and then 1 belt for blue, which is until the end, so we don't have to fill in all this. We will eventually have to bring that plastic down. Well, these guys ran out of power. That's the unfortunate thing about stamping down all those blueprints, is that every time I drive by it, if I don't finish it, the robots are just going to be flying out of my car to place stuff. And one thing I could do, because it looks like our raw materials, such as like the iron plates and copper plates, are really disappearing pretty fast on this belt, is this belt really isn't made to handle. I don't really have enough production, for one. As you can see, that iron ore patch isn't fully saturating these belts, so my smelting area is only being about half utilized right now, and our belts are not completely full. If they were, I would think that these yellow belts would be completely full. We've actually got some issues keeping the copper belt full as well. Although that should be completely... So we're just taking off a lot to make green circuits here, and then red circuits. It looks like if we start shifting the belt over, we might be able to help. That's an issue here. Let's just change this, and we can do a ghost image on top of that, which is kind of cool. So that next time we drive by it, we'll just automatically fix it. Okay, so during that time, it looks like our, gosh, I cannot drive at all. Our stuff is all done here. Let's see if, I'm just curious if we could do, let's shift these over. Oops. No, don't harvest coal. Come on. So those belts will combine, and now we've got a full red belt, because that's what they were requesting before. We've already got some yellow and a few purple science packs on the line, and they'll just go right into the laboratories here. I wish that yellow was going so you could actually see this moment. Okay, yellow was just waiting for that copper, which it wasn't getting, so that's why it stopped. And let's do our first research as something that's going to be super beneficial. We can get better roboports, better batteries. We don't really need any of these yet, so let's do, I mean, I guess there's armor too. Oh boy, that takes those speed modules, 5 level 3 speed and efficiency modules. That's going to take a long time to craft, even with automation. So let's just do the RoboPort. Personal RoboPort 2. This one can hold, this can hold 25 robots each, compared to my current level 1 RoboPorts, which only hold 10 each. So it's more than double the capacity. And like I said, we're just waiting for that yellow science. Come on. And it hasn't picked anything up. I wonder if it has to pick up the yellow first. So there it goes with the yellow. Oh, you know what? This doesn't use purple science. That's why. So basically it just transfers it. That's kind of not ideal. I don't think this is the right setup to have. But we are getting some research done. We'll have those personal RoboPorts, and those take 5 of the regular personal RoboPorts plus 10 processing units. That's the blue circuits, which I already have. I've got 25, but I can get more of those. So in the last episode, we also kind of increased our consumption. Oops, see they're jumping out now. We increased our consumption of wood pulp to kind of help clear our line. Now it looks like the pulp is flowing freely, and now maybe possibly wood is backing up. But we don't have any issues with power or supplying the power and the smelters from this line with pellet coke. Remember, pellet coke gets used pretty slowly because it does have such a high energy density. And these smelters are having no problem running with what we have. Again, they're not even being fully used. So you can see this belt, even though it's supplying all those smelters, it just inches along. It is not being consumed very quickly at all. Let's take a look at our pollution. Since we did start all those mines, we have spread out quite a bit, and now I see these spawners are new. Interesting that we can see them on the map, but they haven't attacked recently. They did attack once while I was running all these belts down for purple and yellow science, but since then we've been okay. Another thing that we definitely want to research after the personal RoboPorts is going to be the fusion reactor. Now this one is actually very cheap to make. I mean, considering all I need is those processing units, which I have that buffer chest filled up. So maybe I should have researched that before the RoboPort, but that's fine. We'll finish this research, and that'll be the next thing we grab. Woo, get out of here. And yeah, the red circuits are just trickling. That's not good at all. Let's just grab some of these. I wonder, we can probably increase our red circuit production from what it is now. Okay, it looks like one of the problems is we're not getting enough green circuits. So this would be an easy way to increase that production. Oops, let's switch this. Switch everything over. Basically push everything over to the left-hand side where we're taking stuff off. And then this might not be fast enough. We could always upgrade to red belts to kind of get everything going faster. Let's try that. So that may help, it might not. We're not even filling up the yellow belts. Let's see, we've got some problems supplying these belts, so we can upgrade these as well. Upgrade all of these as well. Insufficient funds means I don't have, or insufficient items means I don't have, and it looks like it's the undergrounds, the faster undergrounds. So let's grab some of those. And my philosophy is before running any new belts, you can definitely upgrade what you've already got. So that's what I'm doing here. And we can always upgrade, you know, more stuff here like this. Don't want to make that a bottleneck. And then 2 lines of this, we could go like that. Well, why not? Let's just upgrade all this. Whoa, and my bags are full. Okay, my car's right here. Let's get... Yeah, I have a lot of stuff saved up here. This must have been from when I was pulling stuff off the belt. Don't need this, don't need these. Don't need these right now. Don't need that one anymore. Probably get rid of a lot of that. So the upgrade planner is pretty nice. You can see everything's filling in already. Yeah, ooh, see that on the belt? That's not good. Let's get that out of there. Hopefully none of those made it down further. Let's get this. Oh, I'm running out of belts. I got the undergrounds, but I forgot to grab the faster belts as well. Right into the light. Ooh, that's good. And the funny thing is, and I don't agree with this because it is, you know, we talk about like what's kind of like fair in this game or whatever. This to me seems very cheaty. But now we will have a lot of supply of copper. This green circuit production shouldn't have any problem keeping up with the current demand. It definitely needs more because it's not going to fully saturate for yellow belts. But of course we can keep going with this, and then we can add more copper belts. In fact, one of these belts I was going to dedicate, or 2 of them, I was going to dedicate directly to green circuit production. Not quite there as far as our need. Oh, and that's another thing I also forgot, was I wanted to bring a radar down there. Did I end up crafting it? I did. So you can see, like, I would consider this almost to be late game. Things get pretty complicated. I start running around a little bit like a chicken with his head cut off. Just kind of going from one task to another. Oh, I need to do this. No, I need to do that. So it can be a little, kind of have to set mini tasks for yourself. Let's see, where is this guy going to go? Whoops. This needs to go, oh, I didn't want to be in that view. This needs to be all the way down here, maybe even a little further. We can make this happen, I think. Let's just run. Let's just do that. That's fine for now. At least that way we'll have a radar view of all of this just to see how our production's going. It looks like we missed a belt here. That's interesting. And what are we missing? Something's not happening. Oh, it's red circuits. We are barely producing any furnaces because of the lack of red circuits. And this is how it's going to go. Right now we need more red circuits, and we can't make any more red circuits unless we get more assembly machines. And okay, first things first, our power is like just barely squeaking by. So let's, what is it filling in? Oh, of course, that belt that was missing. Come on, get in here. Let's set a goal right now of doubling our power capacity. Now, I'm not sure if our raw materials, the pellet coke, is going to be enough to satisfy double the capacity that it is right now. one thing that you have to keep in mind is that even though we can double these, do I have my boilers in here? No, I have them in my, okay. Even though we might double all of this, we're not going to be producing, see right now the performance is 100%. It's not going to be that way when all of them are made. It only uses what it only consumes what it needs to, basically. So hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to need a pump here. 2 of them. And then we'll need to make our water. I like to make these a certain size. Let's grab that here. We've got 6 of these. And of course we need pipes to connect that for water. Whoa. And these are going to need fuel. And of course that's going to have to come from a line like this. Oh, let's go here instead. That way we'll just split it evenly between the 2. I like this. And that should take care of it. Let's get all of this. So I need how many? I need 8, I think, burner inserters. And then I need some more bio boilers, which means I need concrete. I hope I have that in the car. Oh boy, I did not get it all the way over. Come on. The ones that actually had burner inserters were not connected. And I really like the burner inserter idea here, because even if we run completely out of power, they will continue to function as long as they have pellet coal. Pellet coke or whatever, some fuel source. Oh, concrete, yes. And even though they're kind of slow, it doesn't really matter, because the pellet coke just doesn't take it burns so slowly that it doesn't have to work very fast at all. It's 8, right? 8 bio boilers. 3, 2, 3. There we go. So we just increased capacity about 50%. And of course not everything is running here. These are only running off of residual steam from these boilers. They'll work for now, but they will consume too much steam. What we actually need to do is have bio boilers producing more steam. When this runs maximum performance, steam from one bio boiler would not be enough. So these things take a while to make. What else could we do? Just checking out the consumption of, wow, the consumption of this pulp is very good, and we are almost using, we're using quite a bit of the wood, raw wood as well. Everything else looks okay. Got plenty of sulfuric acid, plenty. Okay, it looks like we're running low on petroleum. Lubricant is fine. What is this belt for? This is for coal. Okay, that's not good. So this is a power issue. Even with all of this, looks like the smelters are a little slow, but that's only because of what we did here to get more power. And even with all that power, we're still we're still looking at about 75% performance. Of course, these aren't done yet. There's a little bit more. One more bio boiler to make, and yeah, I think so. That's good for the power, but everything just keeps, you know, demand just keeps growing for everything, and we need to keep moving around, keep upgrading things, expanding. I don't think that this is an issue with, I think we could actually saturate more. Yeah, because wood is backed up in some of these. Why is it saying that? Even here. Okay, now it's producing. This one is not producing because of the wood. Okay, there it goes. But it's just interesting that half the belt is being taken off. I don't know what's wrong with that. So yeah, we're gonna have problems with keeping up with coal now. We really need coal on the other side, but we need to make sure that we're still powering our power plants, our little steam generators here, and then that excess just goes to smelting, which is creeping along. I mean, it's using a little bit. Okay, so it looks like coal is finally backing up, and we're getting a little bit of production that's going to all of our stuff here. Curious how many. We've got 26 of the poison artillery ammo. That's pretty good. We don't have a ton of coal, but we do have a little. Our Roboport, our personal Roboport level 2 is almost done. Oh, and I just noticed that all of our tanks are empty up here, which is great. Can pick these up. And that is quite a bit of solid fuel. Like I said, I can use that now for the smelters, or rocket fuel eventually, which I can't even make yet. Let's just check on our stuff. It looks like green's backing up. Red is just not keeping up. Just doesn't have enough. What we can do though is copy all of this just like it is. This is meant to be tileable. Let's see if we have everything, which I think we have all the materials for this. Nope, we're going to need more long-handed inserters. Okay, personal Roboport 2 is done. Let's start making that. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of batteries for that. And probably those iron gear wheels. Wow, one more assembly machine, that's all we needed. And that's it. Okay, we've just doubled our production of red circuits. That's pretty good. Let's grab those batteries. And I wish I could just grab batteries, but unfortunately it's on the bus here. You know what? Let's come over here. I think we're going to need more, more iron gear wheels. There we go. And actually, I want 2 of these. Maybe I'm getting greedy. Let's do the fusion reactor. Like I said, this is way better than, it does take up a ton of room, but it is so much better. So much better than solar panels. These things are 10 kilowatts. That fusion reactor is 750 kilowatts, so 75 of those solar panels is as good as a fusion reactor. And guess what? These only produce power during the day. Fusion reactor, 24/7. So since I'm here, let's grab, not that we're ready for it, but let's grab those robots. So I made one. I think we'll do two. And how many robots do I have? I need 30 more. So let's have this. There we go. So I'll be able to have 50 of them. Let's just charge this bad boy up. At least with those two RoboPorts, I'm that much closer to the RoboPort 2. Let's get, what was it? I need more batteries still. And I got batteries here. Let's not grab the steel. Oh. Okay, that's enough of that. Produce that last one, then we'll have two RoboPorts. There we go. And even with these solar panels, I can, oh, of course it's nighttime, but I could use all of these robots now, but they just won't charge. Another thing too, I forgot, I didn't research the battery. So this is like the level 1 battery, which holds 20 megajoules of energy. The next step up from that, there's another battery here. Where is it? Looks like I can't see it. This battery that we've already researched, it does take 10 of the standard batteries plus 20 of these blue circuits, but it stores 100 megajoules of energy in the same amount of space. So with that armor, you know, we're limited by how much space we have here. So one reactor takes 4x4 space, so I could only fit one in this armor, but then I would need to have a lot of batteries to store extra power. And we'll see how this all works out later on. How does our plastic production look? We could, oh, it probably ran out because we weren't getting coal for a little while there. And that research is going to take a while, probably because we're running out of some material, or it's probably the red circuits. That's exactly what it is. We just don't have enough red circuits, and blue circuits are pretty slow too. Yeah, they're barely flowing in there. Now this buffer chest, this is, or yeah, it is taking half of them off there, unfortunately. And even though we doubled the production of red circuits, it's still not enough. Some of these recipes just take so long. And it's not limited by the green. It was probably mostly due to that plastic. So it's just going to take some time. And while that's going, I think we'll just call this an episode. And next time I think we're going to have to look at maybe doing logistics storage, which I'm not really sure that it's necessary right now. We might need to just look at refocusing everything. What do we need? First of all, we need to find a new source of, I mean, we could pull these iron ore for a little while, but we're going to need to bring this copper. I guess the copper is fine for now, but we're going to have to increase production of everything. So we can upgrade all of these smelters from stone furnaces to the steel furnaces, and I think that's double. Let's see, I believe it's double speed. Yeah, it's crafting speed 2 versus 1, so it'll be double speed. We'll make all of these red belts instead of yellow to keep up with that, and we'll also need a lot of fast inserters, so it's going to take quite a bit of materials to do that, but then we'll be able to produce so much faster. And then upgrading all these belts, all the splitters, everything on the bus as well. I mean, you can see this yellow, of course it's not full to begin with, but it just dwindles down to almost nothing. So keeping everything full and fast, we need to upgrade capacity. That is the next step. It's not about, I think power should be okay for a little while at least. Even though we will increase our smelting capacity, those inserters are the only thing that are going to be using more power, and it's not going to make a huge difference. But mining will definitely make a difference. So if we're mining a lot more, that's going to take more power. So it'll be just a lockstep game where we're upgrading one thing and then going back and having to upgrade another thing because we upgraded that. But that's for the future. So I appreciate you watching the episode, and we'll see you next time.